Welcome back to Wikilert.
Joe Bugner, born Joseph Kroil Bugner on March 13, 1950, in Szarag, Hungary, was a heavyweight titan whose name echoes through boxing history. At 6'4" and 225 pounds in his prime, he was a force with a career that stretched from 1967 to 1999, 32 years of throwing hands with the best. His record? A solid 69 wins, 13 losses, 1 draw, and 41 knockouts. This guy went the distance with Muhammad Ali not once, but twice. In 1973 and 1975, losing both on points, but earning respect for his durability. Ali himself said Bugner had the potential to be world champion, a nod backed by trainer Angelo Dundee. Then there's his 1973 fight with Joe Frazier, where Bugner survived a brutal 10th round knockdown to go all 12 rounds, a performance that cemented his rep as one of Frazier's toughest opponents. He was a 2-time British and Commonwealth heavyweight champ, a 3-time European champ, and later, after moving to Australia. In 1986, he snagged the Australian heavyweight title, earning the nickname Aussie Joe. Bugner's story wasn't just about the ring. Born in Hungary, he fled with his family during the 1956 Soviet invasion, landing in Britain as a kid. He turned pro at 17, quickly rising as a golden boy of British boxing. But his 1971 win over national hero Henry Cooper, a razor-thin points decision, sparked a firestorm. Fans booed, and commentator Harry Carpenter famously questioned how Cooper's titles could be taken away like that. The backlash hit Bugner hard. He later said it drove him out of the UK. After moving to Australia, he embraced a new chapter, even dabbling in acting with roles in Street Fighter. 1994, alongside Jean-Claude Van Damme and advising on Cinderella Man, 2005, until a falling out with Russell Crowe. He also appeared on I'm a Celebrity. Get Me Out of Here in 2009, showing off his larger-than-life personality. Now, let's get to the heart of it. Joe Bugner's passing on September 1st, 2025, at 75 in a Brisbane care home. The British Boxing Board of Control broke the news, stating it is with great sadness that the former British, European, Commonwealth heavyweight champion and world championship contender Joe Bugner has passed away at his care home in Brisbane, Australia. But here's the thing, they didn't specify a cause of death. And neither have major outlets like the New York Times, The Guardian, or ESPN. This lack of clarity has left fans searching for answers, so let's piece together what we know from his health history and the chatter surrounding his final years. Bugner's health took some serious hits later in life. In 2014, he suffered a heart attack, a major scare that slowed him down, though he recovered enough to keep living his life in Australia. In 2018, he opened up about a battle with skin cancer caused by years of sun exposure in Australia's harsh climate. He told The Sun he was months from death if untreated, describing it as his narrowest victory on points. Doctors caught it just in time, and he underwent treatment, but the cancer left its mark. By 2023, things took a darker turn. Journalist Colin Hart reported that Bugner was living in a Brisbane care home, grappling with severe dementia. This wasn't just memory lapses. Bugner couldn't recall his boxing career, the fights with Ali and Frazier, or even recognize his son, Joe Jr. Hart shared a heartbreaking detail. Bugner thought he was 38, not 73, and spoke of his late wife, Marlene, who passed over a year earlier, as if she were still alive. He'd also ask about his mother, long gone, showing how deeply the dementia had taken hold. So, what caused his death? Without an official statement, we're left with educated guesses. The skin cancer battle could have played a role. Recurrence or complications aren't uncommon, especially after such a serious diagnosis. His dementia, likely worsened by years of taking punches in the ring, probably left him frail as care home Residents with advanced cases often face declining health from related issues like infections or organ failure. The 2014 heart attack raises the possibility of cardiovascular problems resurfacing, especially at 75. Fans on X are speculating with posts like, "At Boxing Insider saying, Joe Bugner's gone, but his heart in the ring lives on," avoiding specifics, but hinting at his health struggles. Reddits are /boxing with around 67 upvotes, has users leaning toward dementia's toll, one writing he was in rough shape with dementia. Sad way to go for a legend. Some point to boxing's brutal long-term effects, noting chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE, or similar conditions seen in fighters, like Muhammad Ali, who battled Parkinson's. The absence of a clear cause isn't unusual. Families often keep such details private. And Bugner's kids, James, Joe Jr., and Amy, haven't spoken publicly. The British Boxing Board of Control's statement focused on his achievements, not his passing, which suggests they're respecting the family's wishes. This silence has fueled online chatter, with at EthioTruth on X asking, was it cancer, dementia, or the ring catching up? Others, like at Fight Fanatic, are pushing for tributes over speculation, tweeting, Bugner deserves a proper send-off, not guesses about his death. Why is this loss hitting so hard? Bugner was a link to boxing's golden era, the 1970s, when heavyweights like Ali, Frazier, and George Foreman were gods. He never won a world title, but went the distance with the best, never getting knocked out by Ali or Frazier, a feat that screams toughness. His controversial Cooper win made him a villain in the UK, but his charm and grit as Aussie Joe won over Australia. Tributes are pouring in. Frank Bruno called him a character on X, while Frank Warren said he's a great man who will be missed. Fans on Reddit are sharing clips of his Frazier fight, marveling at his heart. His story, from Hungarian refugee to global contender, is pure underdog, and his health struggles highlight the brutal cost of boxing, sparking renewed talk about fighter safety. What's next? The boxing world's gearing up for tributes. Fans on X are calling for moments of silence at upcoming fights, and there's talk of a memorial in Australia, where Bugner spent his final decades. His children might share more, but for now, they're keeping it low-key. His passing could push for more focus on post-career care for boxers, especially with dementia and CTE hitting so many. Posts like, at heavyweight fans, another fighter lost to the ring's toll, are asking tough questions about the sport's future. Bugner's legacy, resilience, heart, and a career that spanned for decades will live on, but his quiet exit in a care home is a stark reminder of the price paid. What do you think? How should we honor Joe Bugner's legacy? And what's boxing gotta do to protect its fighters? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like if you're feeling this loss, and subscribe for more stories that hit deep. Tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for rocking with me. Rest in peace, Joe. You were a warrior.